I have a really big beef right now. I'm not sure who to direct it at. And that's a problem. Because whenever I keep this stuff welled up inside me, bad shit happens. People get hurt. So I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to talk with you guys. I'm going to sit here and have a nice little fireside chat with you. You might be wondering where the fire is. I don't know. The fire is probably burning inside of me. We've been through nu metal once. We do not, and I repeat, we do not need dub metal. Bands like Blood on the Dance Floor, bands like Hollywood Undead, bands like Skip the Foreplay, that are nudging their way toward this territory. Now, some of you may argue semantics with me and say, well, Hollywood Undead is not dub metal, so to speak. And I can agree with you. It's more like rap rock, but it's still the same similar vein, same similar idea. We've been through nu metal once. It doesn't need to happen again. We do not need a second wave of it. Blood on the Dance Floor is atrocious electro crap. This is music that, I will give you a perfect metaphor. Wub wub wub, wub wub wub, wub wub wub. What has 3 letters, just like wub? Fap. Fap fap fap, fap fap fap, fap 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 fap. And the lights just went out to beautifully exhibit just exactly what could happen. Wub wub wub, lights go out, disco music, or dubstep music, and, ridiculous nonsense, glow lights, glow sticks, fuck this. Wub wub wub, same thing could happen, and it would be the exact same thing. Exact same reaction. I might as well just start masturbation core, where I just play with myself and make music out of it, and it'll get big in clubs all across America. Jesus Christ. The Brits did dubstep well, and they did it well all the way in the 1990s. Why? It just kind of picked itself up here in its really crappily done version with bands such as LMFAO and stuff like that. Here in the first part of the 2010s, I don't know, and I don't get it, and it hurts my brain. Now, Skip the Foreplay is able to somehow take the terrible ideas that I just predecessed this video with and combine them. We're talking dubstep and metalcore to make dubcore. Dubstep core. They're thinking they're being inventive. They're thinking the kids are going to eat this shit up, and they probably will! We do not need this! We do not need this. If you want to infuse dubstep into metal, just do not put the metal in. Skip the metal. Be just a dubstep band, because we don't want you. If you're a fan of dubstep core, metal doesn't want you either. Rock doesn't want you either. A lot of conventional music doesn't want you. It really is sad. Your stuff might be selling, but a lot of people don't want you. Now I'm going to get to bare bones basics here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to get to the brunt of the matter real quick, and I'm going to gauge your reaction on this. I am still, to this very day, questioning appeal. Questioning why this stuff even has a potential relevance in society, let alone in the music scene. Because this is not music. This is the sound of different random electronic appliances being thrown into a blender, which is another electronic appliance, puree being hit, and then having forks thrown in as the puree is going on. This is just an absolute nightmare waiting to happen, and the nightmare has now come to be. It's come to fruition. Now, many of you may also say, way to give them more press, Cover Killer Nation. Way to give them more attention. This is exactly what they want. Well, you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with giving them that, because I'm here to state my opinion on their craft. And all 3 of these bands are 3 bands that we have no need for. Now, of course, the fans of these bands think that there is plenty of need. But now, they're even starting to shift off and do their own thing. This whole thing, this whole dubstep craze in America started with one man who was in an alternative band, and then decided to start a dubstep project named Skrillex. I would do a rant on Skrillex, however, I don't have the time, the patience, nor the blood in my system to shed to such an endeavor. It's just an absolute moot point, lost cause, stupid thought. However, the three that I've mentioned, Hollywood Undead I've reviewed before. I reviewed a track of theirs that was just extremely droll. It was boring. It just screamed, put me on the radio, and let people eat me up. I have no substance to me, and I'm just what the popular kids like. This is like basic high school bullshit. Only it's been done by people who have a recording contract, who have a deal, and high school kids are eating it up. High school kids are reposting lyrics. High school kids find this to be the most, awesome thing in existence. They think that these songs speak to them. They think that these songs are good party anthems and things like that. And what makes it even worse for people who are fans of rock music and metal music, they feel that this stuff is the hardest music out there. Jimmy Page of Led Zeppelin probably would shit himself if he saw this video. Jimi Hendrix would set himself on fire. John Lennon would shoot himself instead of having someone shoot him. And Chuck Schuldiner of Death would just kill them all. Ronnie James Dio, one of the kindest men in metal, the true godfather of this genre, would look upon this and just shake his head disconcertingly. And by doing that alone, it would cause the earth to quake, it would cause typhoons to exist, Godzilla would rise from the depths of the Pacific Ocean and would say, "No, Japan, fuck you! I have bigger fish to fry right now than your small ass! You've already dealt with enough this year, so no, we're going to shift our attention. We're going to shift our attention thrice to three bands, not thrice. Thrice the band's pretty good. We're going to shift it to this new wave, this new scene. People are trying to put dubstep in the metal, for Christ's sake. What are they thinking? Rawr! Radioactive breath! Motherfuck you all! That's all Dio would have to do, is just shake his head, and this would be eradicated. But no. Instead, this is something that we will have to suffer through once again, metal fans and music fans, rock fans. We will once again have to deal with another generation of this garbage. And here's something that's even scarier and worse. In about 10 to 15 years, whenever this scene has run its little course, it won't take very long, so I guess that's one positive to take from this whole entire experience. Whenever that whole little mess happens, all of a sudden, in 10 to 15 years, it'll become time for the nostalgia factor. It'll become time for people who are little kids right now, little children, that remember this music from whenever they were little children. In 10 to 15 years, whenever they are bigger children. And I do stress the word children. And they will do exactly what I'm doing by making a video, or whatever technology is around in 15 years. Maybe this will be something where they'll be broadcast at Yankee Stadium or some shit. And they'll be talking about how these bands revolutionized music, and how it was an important scene even though it was short-lived, and how these guys are the best musicians of all time. Fuck the Beatles, fuck Led Zeppelin, fuck Jimi Hendrix, fuck Genesis, fuck these other bands, fuck Dream Theater, Opeth, Metallica, Megadeth, fuck Carrie Underwood, fuck Justin Bieber, fuck Lil Wayne, fuck Norah Jones, fuck. There'll probably be that many fucks, there might be more, I don't know. And people like us, who are sitting here, hating this now, will hate it even more then. Because the nostalgia will take over, and nostalgia will give us a fucking migraine. All I have to say to you guys that are even have an inkling of getting into this scene, that think to yourself, dubstep and metal, that's a pretty good idea. Take the nerdy glasses off, get yourself a pair of contacts, either that or keep the glasses on, and think the fuck again. For one, you're investing all of your time, hopes, and efforts into a pipe dream that only about 15 people are going to like. And if that's all you need for popularity, then have fun for the couple years that it lasts, if even that. Secondly, consider other, more relevant things to do with your time. Become an accountant. Seems boring, pays a lot better. Dub metal artist. Get to go on tour, get to meet some people, get to perform for some people, but probably still flat broke. This scene is merely that. Just a little wave that will crash onto the shoreline and it'll be done. But that doesn't mean that it doesn't infuriate me. I am trying to bite the head off of the snake before the snake even has a chance to develop into a full-force python. This is something that needs not be. Something that needs not happen. The 3 bands that I listed should be not only the tip of the iceberg, but should be the fucking iceberg. This should be all that I have to talk about. If there's any others out there, please revolutionize your sound and do something different. Add jazz, add, I don't know, harmonics, add blues, add something new. Fat metal should rule. This stops now, I hope. Because if I am reconvening with you guys in a year and this is a full-fledged scene that a lot of my viewers like and a lot of other fans like, then we're going to have some fucking problems. Because that's just insane. Keep your dubstep out of my metal.